let's trace a couple of calls to isBalancedRecursive. So let's say that you call isBalancedRecursive with this string, which, as we discussed, does have balanced parentheses. So what happens at first? Well, what happens at first is you find this opening parenthesis with the matching opening parenthesis, the matching closing parenthesis, and what you do is you remove it from the string and you call isBalancedRecursive again. So at this point, what you're doing is you're calling isBalancedRecursive with this thing removed. Again, what happens is in this string, you find the first closing parenthesis, you find its matching opening parenthesis, and the new call is like this, but with this thing removed. Again, remove this thing, remove this thing, remove this thing. At this point, you just call isBalancedRecursive with the empty string. You're saying parenthesis end, find a closing parenthesis. That becomes -1 because the empty string does not have a closing parenthesis in that. And then you say return opening parenthesis, not an S. The opening parenthesis is not an S, so that means that the call on the empty string returns true. Here, you are not transforming anything on the way back, which means that you'll return true again, and so on, which means that this will also return true as it should. Let's try this call. So this expression is not balanced. So what will happen at first? At first, you'll call isBalancedRecursive, but you'll remove this because this is the first closing parenthesis and this is its matching opening parenthesis. At this point, you're calling isBalancedRecursive on this string. So you can find the paren end like this. So you go and you try to find paren start, but there is no opening parenthesis. So paren start becomes -1 and you return false. So this means that this will return false and this will return false as well. This column should be removed. What about this kind of expression? Let's call isBalancedRecursive on closing bracket, opening bracket. So closing bracket, opening bracket, like that. What's going to happen? Well, you call it and you try to find the first closing bracket. So that's the first closing bracket, so that means that paren end, this guy, is going to be 0 because s at 0 is this thing. And now you're saying paren start, look in everything up to but not including paren end, so in the empty string, because there is nothing between paren end and the beginning of the string, look for an opening parenthesis. But there is no opening parenthesis, so paren start is going to be -1 and you'll return false. So this will return false straight away.